Well, welcome back everybody. My name's Andrew and you're watching the Kelley's Country Life. So as y'all just seen, I had to pull out the scaffolding from my shop over there because hopefully you've watched the video to where I installed some new high bay lights over there. So excited to get those in. Now all my DIY projects, recording and welding especially, I've got light to see now. But I took the scaffolding out in a way I probably shouldn't have with the tractor. It was already all together, kind of set up to where I need out here. So I thought I'd risk it and bring it out here on the porch. Probably was not the smartest idea. I'm sure I'm gonna hear about that. So today's agenda, let's talk. So we did not get to the sheathing this past week. It has rained every single day, multiple times a day. Just did not seem like the right thing to do. So I've been treating all the lumber. It should look nice and clean to you from all the mildew and everything else. With all the rain that we've been getting, I've kind of got everything prepped and ready for sheathing. I'll have the scaffolding out here today. If y'all look up toward that top truss, problem is, once I put sheathing on, I've got everything in the world to attach to out here, all this lumber. Once I get past these double top plates, the sheathing has nothing to attach to. So I have to figure out how to trim to the roof. I bought some 2x3 lumber that will get nailed up to the roof. I have to get it perfectly plumb with the wall, so we got a little bit of figuring out there. And I'm going to run a nailing strip all the way along the roof. Now my plan is to come back after I put sheathing up where all the seams are, where two pieces butt together, and I can slip some 2x4s in from the inside, toe nail those in, screw them in, whatever I need to do, and then come back out here and pop some nails in. And I may do that as I go with sheathing. So I've got to do that to this front half and the very back wall. Now today is kind of experimenting day for me. I'm going to come out here, put this strip in, figure out exactly what I need, so when I tear all the plastic off that back wall this coming up week and get started on sheathing, I've already got a game plan. I know exactly what I need to do, and I'll have everything set up and ready to kind of be quick with the entire process there. Also, on this episode, we're going to get into some specialized blocking. A lot of y'all have brought up good points. I've already been thinking ahead for some of this, but y'all brought up even better points and things I didn't think of. So check this out. Got a lot of leftover 2x10 lumber, just scraps from the big window header builds, as well as I have some scrap 2x8 lumber that's got nails in it where I had to knock blocking out, but it's still usable lumber for certain things. So I've got that air punch nailer. We're gonna knock some of the nails out of this, repurpose some of this scrap lumber, have more down there, because we have lots of blocking that we really need to take advantage of and do in the house. A lot of people, that's an afterthought and they regret it. So say in here, for example, I'm sitting on the toilet. I already know somewhere over here, we're gonna mount a toilet paper holder. So it's a hollow cavity right here, right now. I might as well put some blocking in, figure out a height that toilet paper roll holders are gonna go. Let's block that out. Same way with the bathroom. Also, we know that the TV is going on this wall. That's why we've left no windows over here. People keep asking. We want this to kind of be an entertainment center wall, decorations, maybe some animal mounts, things like that. I do believe we're going to put the TV on a small, short entertainment center, but just in case, I think I'm going to go ahead and put some blocking in the wall, dead center of the wall. So if we ever decide we want to do a wall mount TV, I've got some pretty hefty blocking already in there that'll be easy to find with a stud finder. So something else that we have in plans, again, this whole house is really being built for an outside entertainment space. We're not inside people. We could care less about it. Yes, we're gonna enjoy the inside, but we wanted a gigantic back porch with an outdoor entertaining area for guests and for ourselves. So we've already got it set up in the electrical plan. In this area right here, I'm gonna run some probably coax cable for sure, power outlets, and we're going to have an area to put outside weatherproof TVs up here. Actually buy any normal TV and just get a weatherproof box. So we'll do some blocking up there. We're also gonna do it on this corner because we just never know if we're gonna have two TVs, how entertainment's gonna go in the future. Honestly, Tiffany and I don't watch TV. We could care less. We want to be out here on a pool, enjoying a view, listening to some music. But if we're going to entice some guests and friends and family to come over on the weekends, especially during football season, I better have a way to put the game up on there and entertain the guests, right? So we'll go ahead and look at doing some blocking for that. We can do blocking for kitchen cabinets. You can block your heart's desire out. I want to be careful about getting too much blocking in though. Don't want to get in the way of the spray foam insulation, people. I don't want to take away too much cavity space for that insulation. So we're going to look at some of that. We won't get into everything on this episode, but for sure we've got to figure out how to trim out the sheathing, because that's coming next. Let's get started. Okay, so maybe you should have an idea now what I'm doing. I'm building a trim edge for the top of the sheathing to come from here to here, and again, I'm still going to put some blocking in here down to here everywhere there's a seam so I can nail into it. So I'm not done, but this will get me started for sure. I decided to go ahead and add blocking up in here as you just seen me doing, and the reason is, if I can get the camera to show it, if you look over on that side now, they can put spray foam in here, fill that whole cavity, and it won't come pouring out onto the porch. Plus, it gave me a bunch of extra blocking to do a lot more nailing. I think I'm gonna come out with some 4-inch screws too, since this is kind of thick, and really get up in here good, but it's already very sturdy. So the blocking I liked. I didn't want to have to hit one of these every 24 inches. That was not gonna be enough to hold sheathing. So the blocking in here serves two purposes: reinforcement, and now I can move forward with the spray foam. Otherwise, I was going to have to come out here and, you know, deck the other side of the porch to keep spray foam from pouring out everywhere. All right, so in this area of the porch, we have plumbing and all set up. We're gonna do an L-shaped bar out here. And when I say bar, I don't mean we're filling this up full of liquor. It's a bar top for entertaining. I plan on doing some cooking here, as well as allowing guests to sit and entertain. So we'll have a raised bar top with stools right there. This is one area that I know I want to run specific power to power up appliances and a TV. This will be the area that will probably get the only TV, although I'm going to set up another area just in case, because people will be sitting right here, can watch the game. We're eventually going to have a deck out there, maybe a pool, so it'd be nice to have something of decent size up here to look all around the porch. Now, I looked online and it looks like the standard bar top height is 42 inches, so I've marked that out on my post. My table height, where I'm going to be doing my cooking and prepping, is around 36 inches. Now, I can play with these some. I also went ahead and looked on there at different size TVs, width and height, and I've been trying to set up to make for sure if I had something high on the top right here, the prep top, that it wouldn't hit the TV. I also marked me what I think is going to be a center of the TV up high, so if people are sitting at the bar top right here, but somebody's behind them, they can see over their head, because there could be guests and friends and family all out here on the porch at some point in time. If this winds up being our only TV, I want it high enough that people can see over people sitting here or me cooking, doing something, but at the same time, we don't want it all the way up top too. The other reason I kind of like a higher TV is so if rain blows in underneath, this is kind of a good protected corner right here. But regardless, I'm gonna put it in a weatherproof box anyways. So I've kind of settled on this height right here after playing around, looking at the dead center height of TVs, and I think this will be a good area to do a couple large pieces of blocking to still allow me a bunch of room up and down. Also, I've allowed for an even bigger TV than I think I'll ever put out here to make sure it doesn't stick out past the corner as well. Still want it tucked in some because I'll have trim and other things going on here. So that's kind of my logic for all this. I've been doing a lot of sitting out here thinking, looking, making sure I can see over people's heads and me back here working. And this is starting to look like the best area right here. So I'm going to cut up a couple of pieces of 2x10 that I have that's scrap and left over and block out this entire area right here so I have plenty of room to play with TV placement down the road. The other thing I'm going to do that somebody else has mentioned, and very smart, but I already do this, I'll snap a picture on my phone once blocking's in, take a quick measurement, maybe go ahead and snap a picture there, and I'm going to keep a file on my computer as well as in my phone for any time I need to reference locations of blocking, wiring, anything in the future. And like I said, just keep something designated on my computer so I can go back, take a real quick snapshot and say, oh yeah, that block in dead center of it was 30 inches in from the outside of the wall over here, and have a little picture for reference. Strongly recommend doing that. I do that anytime I dig up lines in the yard, run water lines, run power lines. I'll just snap a quick picture. Even a visual reference will give you a good head start over measurements sometimes as well, but if you have both, even better. I'm sure there's some of y'all look at this going, hey, aren't you sheathing this with OSB? There's no need to block it. But I'm thinking some of these new TVs are getting extremely heavy because they're getting big. We may wind up with a big one out here. Plus, you have the weight of that waterproof enclosure right there, and all that pivoted out, getting leverage. I want to make for sure I've got some serious blocking in there. All right, so here we are in the bathroom, and this has been a point that y'all brought up and some forethought that we already had. Actually, it's in our plans for some of this I'm going to discuss. My wife does home health care, so she sees people all the time with disabilities or problems. And that's why we have designed and built this house the way that we have. She was very specific that all of our doors be as wide as they could be. So we have 36-inch doors everywhere. You just never know what the future may bring. We also put into the plans for a grab bar. So I just looked up the ADA website, and it recommends that a grab bar beside a toilet be between 33 to 36 inches. So I have marked out a 33 and 36 inch mark. We're just going to split the difference, block all the way across there for one of those big solid stainless grab handles that can be put there, and know that the blocking's all the way in the wall. The other blocking we want to put right here, even lower, is for a toilet paper holder. Now is the time to do it. It says that standard height for toilet paper roll, because you're going to use it while you're sitting, is 26 inches. So I've made a 26-inch mark. We'll grab some scrap lumber and put a nice big block right here that I can always hit with the roll no matter where it needs to be. It also needs to be out in front of the toilet, so it'll wind up, after we trim out the shower door, somewhere about right here. So we definitely need some blocking for that. All right, it's been a long but productive day. Kinda. Doesn't look like it, but it really has been to me. So let's do a quick recap and talk about what's coming up on the next episode. So I knocked out a tremendous amount of blocking, at least for me today. I did a lot of reading on the ADA, the Americans with Disabilities Act, and a few other national codes to kind of figure some of this stuff out. So as far as this bottom blocking, that's for a toilet paper roll holder. They do get snatched on a lot. It's dead centered at 26 inches, so I can play a little there. And then we put blocking in to cover that 33 to 36 inch range for a grab bar should we ever need one in the future. Also blocked out up here with some 2x10s that I had. It's about the only spot in the room that I can see we can put a towel bar. So when you come out of the shower, you got somewhere to grab your towel. We can't put on this wall because the door swings this way. And don't forget, we're going to build a roll-out laundry cabinet. Now I'm not done with blocking. We'll have a whole nother episode for that, but we're going to put more blocking in the shower. Tiffany and I were discussing that for additional grab bars and handles should we need them in the future. Also blocked over here in this bathroom. This would be a very easy to access, nice bathroom should something ever happen and somebody was disabled. So I went ahead and blocked out both sides for dual grab rails, and blocked out on the right hand side. Since we're right-handed, we can move the toilet paper holder anywhere that we want to go right there. Now, some blocking that'll be coming up in the future, I'll do a whole episode on that. Kitchen cabinet blocking. No point in doing that just right now unless we get a bunch more rainy days, which they are calling for. So we'll block out all for the bottom cabinets. I'm still not 100% sure of our top cabinet height to determine where that blocking will go there. So like I said, we'll cover that in a future episode. Also, we've just discussed, we think a TV is probably going to go on the entertainment center down here, a short one, but I'm going to go ahead and block this wall out up here and run specialized outlets and all for a wall-mounted TV, because we kind of are leaning toward that, so it could possibly happen. But TVs are getting huge now and heavy. It's a big wall. It could use a big TV, so I want to do quite a bit of blocking up there for that. Now, as far as blocking goes, I'll take any suggestions that y'all have. I'm probably going to do some more blocking I didn't just mention because I forgot about it, but please throw all suggestions out there. Little hand towels and things like that in bathrooms, I think they're perfectly fine on sheetrock. Honestly, they don't even really get used, but I may block out for them. But any other suggestions that y'all have, please let me know. We're blocked out here for a wall-mounted TV. We know we're definitely going to do that. Blocked out on the other side for that. Probably not going to put one right there. As you can see, it can catch the sun and a lot of wind and rain. But I'm going to go ahead and block out and run power there just in case. The other important blocking that we got done. Now the entire roof is blocked out to where spray foam will not come outside, and we're trimmed out, ready to go for sheathing. So as of right now, that wall, this wall, and this entire side wall, 3 out of 4 walls are ready for sheathing. The back wall, I still have to do that same type of trimming too, but now I know exactly what needs to be done. All right, so as of right now, I'm kind of set up on 3 walls to go ahead and start sheathing. I was waiting on some specialized tape to come in. I'm gonna run to the hardware store in the morning and see if they have some, so I can sure get started, get everything sealed up. But I'm thinking that's what the next house episode is gonna be. They are calling for a ton of rain, so my plan is just to start underneath the porches for now, and I'm gonna have to find a few day weather window before I start tackling the outside. Hopefully no hurricanes or nothing before that happens. But it's just raining way too much to tear that plastic off and risk getting everything soaking wet. But everything is prepped and ready underneath the porch. I think it's go time, y'all. Fingers crossed, next episode, I am starting on that sheathing. So thank y'all so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We'll catch you on the next video. So I'm gonna couple people, So I'm gonna cut up a couple pieces of Peter Piper peppers. Oh man.